Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Right here we talk about movies, everything and anything movies. So if this is your kind of thing, then you hit the subscribe button and wait for our daily uploads on movie recommendations and celebrity gossips. So this week I want you all to fasten your seat belt because what is coming? Hey, you will need like a whole month to watch these movies. So I have the best of the best this week for you. So sit back, relax as I bring you today's edition of movies recommendations. You see, I had to take my headband off. I had to take it off because what is coming, you guys cannot take it. So today we have a lot of movies for you. Now, first on our list is Mrs. Serial Killer. Hey, did you just hear the name? Mrs. Serial Killer. Now, Mrs. Serial Killer is a Bollywood film showing on Netflix. This movie is about a woman who is married to a serial killer, but she didn't even know she is married to a serial killer. She didn't know. To an extent that her husband got apprehended, got arrested, he was locked up in cells. They came to this woman and said, "Your husband is a serial killer." She said, "No, there's no way her husband is a serial killer." And you know how the serial killer mind works? They are psychopaths. This man was in jail and he told the wife that I am not a serial killer. These people are accusing me of something I know nothing about. So in order for them to release me and to believe that I'm not a serial killer, we need to create a serial killer whilst I'm in jail. If you are not a serial killer, if you say you are not a serial killer, why don't you stay quietly in cell and allow the serial killer to do his job so that he can get arrested? But instead, the psycho that he is, he told the wife that since I am not, we need to create one. And now he taught the wife how to murder people like he does, so that the police would believe that yes, he is not a serial killer and that the serial killer is somebody else who is still roaming freely. Serial Killer it features Jacqueline Fernandez. She's actually not an Indian, but she speaks Hindi and she's in India. She's based in India and she acts Hindi movies. So you should all go and see Mrs. Serial Killer showing on Netflix. So our next film. Our second movie is My Name. My Name is a K-drama series showing on Netflix. It has only 8 episodes. Now, this is a firecracker that you all should see. For those of you who are looking for action trailers, action dramas, you should go and see My Name. My Name has to do with a girl whose father was killed, that she thought her father was involved in bad gangs and that the gangs killed her father. And so she wanted to take revenge on the gangs. Now, she goes out and she finds the gang leader and tells the man that I've seen you with my father and I know you guys are friends. Somebody has murdered my father right in front of me. And I want you to help me apprehend the person or to take revenge on that person. Now, this man, he takes the girl in. He takes her to a camp where she can train. This girl trains so much that they changed her name, her identity and everything. And she joined the Korean police force only to be giving him information on what the police is doing and everything. Now, this girl was busily protecting a man who took care of her when her father died, the man who brought her up, not knowing that this same man is the one who murdered her father. You're looking for suspense. You're looking for action. You are looking for revenge. You are looking for, plot twist. Something to mess with you. Then My Name is the right series for you to watch. It is showing on Netflix. It has just 8 episodes. So you can use a day to finish the episodes. If you are looking for the best action that involves women. You see, women in action. Those of you who like women in action movies, My Name is for you. Go and watch it and come back here and tell me if I am not the best when it comes to movies recommendations. To our next film. Our next film is Udta Punjab. Imagine as a corrupt police officer, you just go and apprehend people smuggling drugs, cocaine, and all of that. And instead of you as a police officer to take these drugs to the station, get these people charged for peddling drugs, you decided to take the drugs, take half to the police station as what? Commitment to your force, or showing that you are a committed police officer, and then sell the half to people and make cash out of it. And then at the end of the day, your own brother takes the drugs and die. Karma. You see, karma is so swift. Karma came so quickly for that police officer. He would arrest drug peddlers, and instead of him to charge them for peddling drugs, he decides to sell the drugs. Unknowing to him, his only brother also takes the drugs, and unfortunately for him, the brother dies from consuming the drugs. And this man wanted to go crazy. He says, no, this is the time for me to fight. I'm now going to be a dedicated police officer. When other people's families were dying, you didn't know you were a dedicated police officer. Now that your own brother has died, you know that you are a dedicated police. You see, karma is so unpredictable. You see, karma is so unpredictable. You are okay with other people consuming and dying, but when it comes to your own family, you want to fight for it. Udta Punjab is showing on Netflix. It features Alia Bhatt, Shahid Kapoor, Kareena Kapoor Khan, and some other actors. You should see Udta Punjab. In fact, in this movie, Alia was still young. She was, I think, she should be like 20, 21 years at the time when she acted in this movie. You could just see from her face that she was just too young. So, go and see Udta Punjab. It's showing on Netflix. Our next film is showing right here on YouTube. Now, this film is called Bigil. It's also a Bollywood movie showing on YouTube right here. Bigil features Vijay Talapati and Nayantara and some actors. Now, this has to do with female dreams in India, especially female in sports. These young girls have the dream of becoming good soccer players, but they didn't have a coach. In fact, their coach got involved in an accident. He couldn't perform and all of that. And they needed a coach who would lead them to the international, stage to go and play football. And then there's this young guy who was also a footballer, but he gave up on his dream and now became, he said now, comedian or whatever he thinks he was now in his village, decided that since his friend who was the coach is no longer active to be a coach, he's going to be a coach to these girls. Like ordinary respect, they don't want to give it to this guy because he doesn't look like a coach. Watch this movie to see women fighting for their goal, women fighting to have a voice, women fighting to have a stand in sports, and how far they were willing to go. All these women were willing to go for their dreams. Watch to see how boyfriends are going to extra extent to destroy their women's beauty because they do not want them on the pitch because they think, oh, you are going to expose your beauty. Insecure men destroying their women's faces with acid because they do not want their women's faces to be shown to other men. So much insecurity. Hey, if you are looking for something women movies, women in action, go and see Bigil. It is spelled B-I-G-I-L. And whenever you type movies on YouTube, you add the subtitles so that they can give you one that has English subtitles that you would understand for those who do not understand English. Bigil is showing on YouTube right here. It features Vijay Talapati. For those of you who are Bollywood lovers, you should know who Vijay Talapati is. So our next film, showing here right, Master is also showing right here on YouTube. It's also a Bollywood film showing here. It features Vijay telepathy again. Now, Master is about a young, drunk lecturer who supports students. Everybody in the school is so much in love with this lecturer because he supports students and student movement. Anything that has to do with student movement, he is there for the students. Now, this man, all he does is to drink, lecture, drink, lecture. When you see him in school, he's only coming because of the students. He's only coming to lecture and go back to drinking. He doesn't take life serious. And then there is this local school in the outskirts of town that has young people in. These people are not being trained to become learned, or they are not trained to become students or people in future. They are there and trained how to peddle drugs. They are trained how to murder people. They are trained to do all sort of bad things. Nobody in their right senses wants to lecture in that school. Now, the drunk lecturer decides to go against the school rules and principles, and he gets what? Transferred to that local school. When he gets there, this man gets to the school, and then these people are dancing everywhere, playing everywhere, misbehaving, and he joins them. And they are like, this teacher is also like, he's also stupid like us. So let's continue. And then he joins these people. One day he receives a letter. Unfortunately, he's unable to read the letter. And then 2 children get murdered for that letter. He wakes up and he finds the letter, he reads the letter, and then he goes to the school and he sees the children hanging. And that was the end of his drinking. That was the... See, if you want a movie that has to do with young children being forced to do things against their will, young children pushed to do things that are not good for them, you should go and see Master. Master is also showing here right on YouTube. When you type Master with English subtitles, so that you can get the ones with English subtitles. I think it's a Tamil movie or Telugu, so definitely you will not understand. Those who are not Indians, you wouldn't understand. So do that. Till our next film. The Trunk. Our last movie for today is The Trunk. You heard me right, The Trunk. Now, this movie, The Trunk, is not a movie. It's a series. It's a K-drama series. 8 episodes, 2 showing on Netflix. I can't pronounce the Korean name. Seriously, I don't want to butcher anybody's name, but it features the guy in Squid Game, the one who was, who would bring you the card and say, let's play a game. Yeah, that guy. It features that guy. It's showing on Netflix. This I think it's the first Korean movie that I've watched with so much, nudity. I've never really seen any Korean drama with so much nudity like The Trunk. This series has to do with marriage, love, separation, revenge and all of that. And then obsession and then stalking. So this series has to do with a woman who wants her husband to desire her so much in a way that he cannot do without her. She wants her husband to desire her to understand that she forced this man into divorce. She asked for a divorce and told the man that they should go and marry different people, and whenever they feel like they don't want to stay with those people, then they can come back together. And there's this company that has, people that can go into fake marriages, men and women who are there. They want to, they can come into your home as your wife or your husband, but it's just contract for 1 year, 2 years, whatever you want. And so she went to the company, got herself a husband, and chose a wife for her husband as well. She chose a wife for her real husband and got a husband for herself from the same company. Now this lady moves into her home and her husband falls in love with the woman. And this woman is going crazy. She says the lady should leave their house. Madam. Who asked the man or who asked the lady to go to the house in the first place? You. Who forced the husband to go for the wife? You. So what the hell is your problem? The trunk is so good. There's so much suspense, so much drama, you know, so much love, so much nudity. Yeah. For those of you who love nudity, you should go and see the trunk. Actually, I was shocked. I've seen Eve, you know, Eve is also showing on Netflix. Eve has, you know, romance in it, but not so much nudity. The romance in Eve was intense, but not nudity. But in the trunk, oh my God. Oh, oh my God. And the lady has a very good body. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that is the trunk. If you're looking for something really, really, you know what I'm saying, you should go and see the trunk. And so we say bye-bye. And thank you so much for doing this with me. Until I come your way next week, see you. And with so much love, I say thank you for all that you have been doing so far for me. Thank you so much.